Step into the shadows with top secret UFOs, where the unknown whispers truths too strange to ignore. Tonight, we unravel a riddle that coils around the world, a fleeting specter in the heavens. Swift as a thunderbolt, shaped like a tic-tac carved from secrets. It's March 2025, and the Pacific Ocean stretches wide and restless off California's veiled shores. Beneath a sky too still, too silent, the USS Horizon glides, a steel guardian slicing through waves that shimmer with hidden intent. Aboard, sailors stand watchful, their eyes honed to pierce the ordinary, planes slicing the air. Drones humming low, ships tracing the horizon, but what looms ahead defies their training, defies their world. It begins with a murmur from the deep, a blip on the radar. Faint as a ghost's breath, then racing too fast to tether. The crew stirs, a quiet frenzy rippling through the ship, their gazes locked on glowing screens as something emerges from the void. A white, oval form, smooth and unearthly, darts across the edge of sight. A pale wraith against the twilight's embrace. It's no plane with wings of steel, no bird borne by wind, it's a UFO. A silent watcher hovering where no watcher should be. The narrator's voice dips, a velvet thread of mystery weaving through the tale. The Tic Tac Enigma unfurls before them, its gaze unseen but felt, a presence that chills the blood and quickens the pulse. This is no mere story, it's a descent into the abyss. And the first echoes are only beginning to sound. Picture this, a vast, restless ocean stretches beneath a sky so clear it seems to hold secrets of its own. It's March 2025, and the USS Horizon, a steel giant of the US Navy, cuts silently through the waves off California's shadowed coast. The ship hums with life, its crew busy at their posts, eyes sharp, trained to catch the smallest hint of danger. But tonight, danger wears a mask no one can name. Deep within the control room, a radar screen flickers, a single blip, faint at first, then pulsing stronger, like a heartbeat from the void. Something is out there, closing in, just a mile beyond the ship's bow. The crew gathers, their breaths held tight, as the object reveals itself against the twilight. It hovers there, suspended above the churning sea, a smooth, ghostly shape, white as bone, stretching nearly 40 feet long. Imagine a tic-tac candy, but carved from some unearthly metal. Its surface gleaming faintly under the dying sun. No wings grace its form, no engines roar to life, no whisper of sound escapes it, just a silent, impossible presence. The crew stares, frozen in awe, their minds racing to name what defies all naming. Then, in a heartbeat, it moves, a blink, and it rockets upward, thousands of feet into the heavens. A white streak piercing the sky, before plunging back down, skimming the waves with eerie grace, leaving ripples that shimmer like liquid starlight. On the ship's bridge, Captain Elena Voss stands tall, a woman forged in storms. Her face hard as the steel beneath her feet. Her dark eyes narrow as she watches this phantom dance. She's seen war, faced threats, but this is something else. With a voice steady as stone, she orders 2 fighter jets into the air. The roar of engines splits the silence as the planes climb, their pilots gripping controls slick with sweat, hearts hammering against their ribs. They chase the tic-tac, closing the gap, but it toys with them. It zips left, then right, a blur of motion too fast to track, vanishing into thin air only to flicker back into sight behind them. As if mocking their every move, over the crackling radio, their voices tremble, words spilling out in broken gasps. It's not human. Nothing moves like this. Back on the horizon, Elena leans closer to a flickering screen, her breath fogging the glass. The jet's cameras catch it, a grainy glimpse of the tic-tac hovering midair. Tilting slowly, its smooth form catching the light like a mirror from another world. Then, with no warning, it streaks away, a white arrow slicing the horizon, gone in an instant, leaving nothing but the echo of its speed. The crew stands silent, the air thick with questions no one dares to voice aloud. What is this thing? This shadow from the stars? Where did it rise from? Hidden in the depths or beyond the sky? And why does it linger here, watching them with unseen eyes? The USS Horizon floats on, but the mystery clings like mist, promising answers too strange to grasp. Hours slip away like shadows over the endless sea, and night drapes its dark veil across the Pacific. The USS Horizon rests upon the waves, a lone sentinel of steel adrift in a world that suddenly feels too vast, too unknown. The crew moves in hushed silence, their minds still tangled in the memory of that white, ghostly tic-tac, its impossible dance burned into their thoughts. Captain Elena Voss paces the bridge, her sharp gaze cutting through the gloom, unwilling to let the mystery fade. She commands the radar team to keep their eyes on the screens, to chase any whisper of an answer through the night's stillness. The ship waits, holding its breath, as if the ocean itself knows something is coming. Then, deep within the Horizon's humming core, a technician jolts upright, his face pale under the flicker of dim lights. A new sound creeps into the ship, not the crackle of radio static, nor the ping of sonar, but something stranger, older. It's a faint pulse, rising from the black depths below, a rhythm like a heartbeat carved from the abyss. Thump thump pause thump. The sound is alive, insistent, threading its way through the steel walls, chilling the air. The narrator's voice dips low, a whisper woven with unease, as the crew traces its source. 10 miles out, the signal calls, a beacon from a place no human eye has pierced. Elena's jaw tightens, her decision swift as a blade. She sends a small boat into the dark, carrying a sonar expert named Sam Carter, a man with steady hands but a mind buzzing with questions. The boat cuts through the waves, its engine a soft growl against the night's eerie quiet. As it nears the signal's heart, the water shifts, rippling with a faint, unnatural glow, a blue shimmer that dances like trapped stars beneath the surface. Sam leans over the edge, his breath fogging in the cold, and lowers a sensor into the depths. The device hums, and the heartbeat grows louder, thump thump pause thump, vibrating through the boat, through his bones. Then, without warning, the sea erupts. The tic-tac rises, silent as a specter, water streaming from its smooth, bone-white form, glistening like liquid moonlight. It hovers just above them, a mere breath away, its oval shape tilting slowly, as if peering into Sam's soul with unseen eyes. The air thickens, time slows, and Sam stands frozen, caught in its gaze, a man dwarfed by a mystery too vast to name. In an instant, it plunges back beneath the waves, a ripple of blue swallowing its descent. The boat lurches violently, tossed by an unseen force, and Sam stumbles, clutching the sensor as it screams with data. His voice cracks over the radio, frantic and small. The signal isn't alone. It's tied to something massive, something buried deep below, a secret cradled in the ocean's cold embrace. The narrator's tone turns heavy, laced with dread. The water stills, the glow fades, but the truth lingers like a shadow beneath the surface. The tic-tac knows what lies hidden, guards it with its silent vigilance. And now, Sam knows it too, a secret too deep, too dark, to ever unsee. Back aboard the USS Horizon, the night grows heavier, the ocean a restless mirror reflecting a sky that hides too many secrets. Captain Elena Voss stands on the bridge, her mind a storm of thoughts, churning like the waves below. The tic-tac isn't just a fleeting shadow, it's a guardian, a sentinel of something buried deep, something it won't let them touch. Her voice cuts through the silence, sharp and unyielding, ordering a dive team to suit up, to plunge into the glowing abyss and uncover the signal's source. But as the divers pull on their gear, a sudden shriek pierces the air, the radar, alive with warning, screaming of danger's return. The tic-tac is back, its white form slicing through the dark. And it's not alone. 3 more emerge from the void, identical phantoms, smooth and pale as moonlight, buzzing the ship like wasps stirred from a hidden nest. The narrator's voice quickens, a pulse of urgency threading through the tale. As the crew snaps to life, their hands trembling on controls, their eyes wide with dread. These tic-tacs move with purpose, their oval shapes weaving a deadly dance around the horizon, darting closer with every pass. Elena's command rings out. Jets must rise again, must face these ghosts of the sky. The roar of engines shakes the deck as 2 fighters claw their way upward, streaking into the night, pilots gripping their controls as if clinging to sanity itself. But this time, the tic-tacs shed their playful mask. Missiles flare from the jets, bright streaks of fire, yet the objects twist and spin, evading each strike with a grace that defies the laws of the world. They outrun the planes, blurring into white smears against the stars. Then unleash a force unseen, a shockwave, rippling through the air like a silent thunderclap. One jet shudders, veering wildly off course, its pilot's voice a garbled cry over the radio as he fights to regain control. On the ship, chaos reigns. Alarms wail like banshees, their red lights painting the crew's faces in flickers of fear. The Tic Tacs circle tighter, their movements precise, almost alive, each tilt and turn a message, a warning written in motion. They hum with an energy the crew can feel in their bones. A vibration that whispers of power beyond understanding. Sam Carter, still shaken from his encounter, stumbles to Alina's side, his voice low and unsteady. He suggests the signal, the heartbeat from the deep, might not be a call for help, but a summons, or a shield. Alina's eyes narrow, her mind racing, but she wastes no time. She orders a submarine drone launched, a sleek machine plunging toward the glowing spot 10 miles out. Its camera is hungry for truth. As it sinks into the black water, the Tic Tacs freeze, hovering for a fleeting moment, their pale forms glinting like eyes in the dark, then vanish. Swallowed by the night as swiftly as they came. The crew stands breathless, the silence deafening, their hearts pounding with one unspoken question. What lies below? And what will it unleash next? The submarine drone descends into the Pacific's uncharted heart, a silent messenger slipping through a world untouched by sunlight. Its cameras pierce the murk, beaming back images cloaked in shadow, blurred shapes and fleeting glints that tease the eye. The water grows colder, darker, as it sinks past 2,000 feet, the pressure a crushing weight against its steel frame. Then, a faint shimmer breaks the gloom, a glow, soft and blue, pulsing like a distant star trapped beneath the waves. The narrator's voice falls to a hushed whisper, as if afraid to disturb the silence. As the drone drifts closer, and there it is, a massive structure, rising from the ocean floor like a forgotten titan half buried in silt. Its surface is sleek, metallic, gleaming with an otherworldly sheen, etched with strange symbols that twist and curve like the language of a lost age. It pulses with blue light, a rhythm slow and steady, as if breathing beneath the sea's embrace. This is no shipwreck, no relic of human hands. It's alien, ancient beyond reckoning, alive with a purpose no one can name. The drone circles it, its lights catching edges that defy understanding. Smooth arcs that bend into impossible angles. Surfaces that shimmer as if forged from liquid starfire. Back on the USS Horizon, Sam Carter huddles over a screen, the footage flickering across his wide, trembling eyes. His hands shake as he traces the symbols with a finger. His voice barely a breath as he guesses aloud. A base, he thinks, or a beacon, planted here in a time when the Earth was young. Its makers long vanished into the void. The Tic Tacs, those pale guardians of the deep, were its keepers, protecting it, or perhaps hiding it from a world not yet ready to know. Suddenly, the signal, that heartbeat from the abyss, spikes, a jolt that rattles the drone's sensors. The structure hums, a low, resonant sound that vibrates through the water, through the drone, up to the horizon's steel hull. The ocean churns, bubbles rising in frantic swarms as the surface above splits open. From the depths, a dozen Tic Tacs ascend, white as bone, silent as death, their forms cutting through the waves like knives of light. They surround the ship, hovering in a perfect ring, their stillness more menacing than any motion. Elena Voss stands on the bridge, her face carved from stone, and raises a hand. No weapons, no defiance, just a command to watch. The crew obeys, their breaths shallow, as the Tic Tacs hold their gaze, unblinking, eternal. Then, the sky ignites, a hologram blooms above the ship, a vast map of stars, glittering like a tapestry woven from the cosmos itself. Earth hangs there, a tiny speck among countless worlds, dwarfed by the infinite. A voice emerges, cold and robotic, echoing from the Tic Tacs as one. Leave this place. We watch. You are not ready. The words hang in the air, sharp as a blade, heavy as a curse. The hologram fades, dissolving into the night, and the Tic Tacs plunge back into the sea, a swift, silent retreat that leaves the water still, the glow below dimming to a whisper. The crew stands stunned, their minds reeling, caught between awe and fear. The narrator's voice lingers, soft and haunting. What lies beneath is no longer just a secret, it's a warning. A promise from the stars. And the Tic Tacs, ever watchful, wait in the deep. The USS Horizon creeps back toward the shore. Its once proud form now a weary shadow against the dawn's pale light. The ocean clings to its hull, whispering secrets it refuses to yield. As the ship limps home from a night no one aboard will ever forget. The crew moves in silence, their lips sealed by an oath heavier than the steel beneath their feet, sworn to bury the truth of what they've seen. To lock away the Tic Tacs and the glowing enigma below, Captain Elena Voss stands at the helm, her face etched with lines of resolve, but her eyes betray a flicker of unease. As the ship docks, men in suits await, government agents, their faces blank as masks, their voices cold as the deep. They sweep aboard like specters, claiming every trace of the night's terror, the grainy footage from the jets, the drones' haunting images, the data pulsing with that unearthly heartbeat. With a few clipped words, they weave a tale for the world, a training exercise. A flimsy shroud draped over a mystery too vast to conceal. But the truth is a restless thing, slipping through the tightest grips. Below deck, whispers stir among the sailors, soft, fearful murmurs of white shapes and starlit warnings. Tales too strange to hold back. Sam Carter, still haunted by the Tic Tac's gaze, sits alone, his hands trembling over a blurry photo snatched from the drone's feed. It's a fleeting glimpse, a pale oval against the churning sea, but it's enough. With a shaky breath, he sends it into the digital void, a spark flung into the endless night of the internet. The narrator's voice rises, thick with intensity. As the world ignites, screens glow with the image. Voices clash online. People name it the Tic Tac Enigma, tying it to a shadow from 2004, when Navy pilots chased a white phantom that mocked the laws of physics. Experts emerge from the ether, their words a storm of wonder and doubt. Aliens? A secret weapon cloaked in silence? Or something older, stranger, watching from beyond? The agents return, their shadows long and sharp, their warnings colder than the steel they tread upon. They corner Elena, her defiance meeting their stony glares, and press her to bury the truth deeper. They find Sam, his eyes hollow with the weight of what he's done, and demand his silence, threats veiled and calm, promises of consequences unspoken. But the truth is a tide, seeping through cracks they cannot seal. The photo spreads, a whisper growing into a roar, threading its way across the globe. The ocean lies still, its surface a mirror hiding the depths below, guarding its secret with an ancient patience. The Tic Tacs have vanished, for now, melted back into the abyss from whence they came. The narrator's voice softens, a haunting echo in the dark. The cover upholds, but only just, a fragile dam against a flood of questions. What lingers beneath the waves? What eyes watch from the silence? The Horizon's crew knows, and so does the world. Some truths refuse to stay buried. As dawn spills its fragile light across California's jagged shores, the world trembles with whispers, questions that curl like smoke. Unanswered, untamed, the Tic Tac Enigma does not rest, it stirs in the shadows. A riddle woven into the fabric of the unseen. Elena Voss stands alone, her silhouette stark against the sea's restless edge, her eyes tracing the waves as if they might part to reveal the abyss she's glimpsed. She knows now, something vast looms beyond her grasp, a truth too deep to hold, too wild to name. Somewhere in the digital ether, Sam's fingers dance across keys, his anonymous words a spark cast into the night, feeding a fire that leaps from screen to screen. A blaze no silence can smother. The narrator's voice sinks low, a velvet murmur that clings to the air, letting the mystery coil tighter. What fathoms lie beneath the waves? Cradled in the ocean's cold embrace? Do the Tic Tacs linger there? Their pale forms drifting through the dark, watchers without eyes, keepers of a secret older than the stars? The sky hangs heavy, its quiet a mask for the unseen, while the truth glimmers just beyond reach, a phantom veiled in the light of day. This is Top Secret UFOs, where the surface splits to reveal the infinite below. Dare you ponder, are they scouts from distant worlds, or harbingers of something stranger still? Join us, for the shadows beckon, and the cosmos holds its breath.